Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, brothers, sisters, friends, comrades of YouTube, to my family. Your buddy Clydesdale here. Got a bit of an update. As you can tell, I'm still in the motel room here in Caldwell, Idaho. It's now Friday morning, late morning, really tickling noon. And still haven't left here. As a matter of fact, I just found out earlier that my trainer, whose name I wasn't supposed to mention, but I did in the last video, is not in town yet and won't be back in town until tomorrow. So he'll have to do a 34-hour reset, and that way it puts us both on the same amount of hours when we leave here, which looks like that's going to probably be Monday morning. So, kind of a nifty deal. I don't really dig sitting here, but Uncle Bob and Aunt Patty have been more than gracious to put up with me. So, honestly, I'm probably going to hit them up and see if I can't spend the night with them tonight. And then I'll be back here Saturday afternoon because I may be getting picked up on Sunday. So, we'll just have to see how all that works out, and I'll hear from my trainer brother, and he'll let me know what's going on. Meanwhile, Miss Kara from the Leonard's Express office has brought me a bag of goodies, and of course the first thing, as you probably could tell right out of the chute, is my new lid. I'm not real thrilled with the color. I hate green. I hate it. I can't stand green, but that's what this company's color is. So I deal with something. So anyway, she brought me a bag of stuff, another $100 gift card because in their minds, mine expired yesterday. So she brought me another $100 gift card. So what they don't know is I have $200 worth of gift cards in me pocket. So fair enough, I'll start eating that stuff up, and that'll be great for when I'm out on the road with my trainer brother, and I'll have some, spending jack for odds and ends that I may need out of a truck stop someplace. Who knows? I did hear a little bit, before I get into the rest of my stuff here that I got, I did get a little bit of info regarding why Maine is a destination and loading area. Apparently, the potato industry from here in Idaho didn't do so great last year. So we're apparently importing potato from Canada and picking it up in Maine. So get up into Maine, have potatoes and lobster. I mean, who wouldn't? Of course, I so much as smell shellfish and I've got gout running through my freaking veins, but whatever. I might just sacrifice the idea of going up into Maine. I mean, come on. It doesn't, you eat local fare, hey? Local fare. So anyway, that's the story about Maine. We're bringing potatoes from Maine to Idaho, and this is a mainstay, if you will, for making potato products, hash browns, French fries, Ore-Ida products, blah, 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 Idaho. So anyway, Miss Kara brought me some stuff, a hat, in the bag, this bag, that I got from Kara. And this bag was loaded with all kinds of stuff, which I'm fixing to show you now. Some cool stuff, some I'll probably never use. And I'll show you one of them right now. And that's this. Yeah, nifty. I appreciate it. But this doesn't fit a brother very well, and it's got a Velcro. So I bought myself a vest for this very reason, and I will be utilizing it, I'm sure. I got a hard hat too, just in case. I got them both at the same time. It's a zipper It's got 9 pockets. This, no something. They want us to wear a vest. I think they prefer that we wear one that says Leonard's Express on the back. But thanks, but no thanks. I'll be wearing something else. We were also given a couple of shirts, blank shirts, on the front and back. So they have this logo on the sleeve. If you can see that there? Logo on the sleeve. Okay, got a couple of those. You know, I got 4X. I didn't really need 4X, but I got them anyway because, whatever. Jaron said, well, they shrink in the wash. Okay, fine. Then give me a 4X. Oh, look how cute is this. I'm serious. This is so sweet. What is this going to do for a brother? You know what I mean? Cut your finger? I mean, I love the gesture. Love the gesture. But, yeah. Okay, thanks. This is the Trucker's Bible right here. This is worth more to a trucker than any other publication because everything you need to know is within the pages of this deal, and it's not old and dusty. So we have that. Another something I'll probably never use, the goggles. I have goggles, don't need them, but we do thank you. This is something that will probably never be utilized. These are the corbage. See? Hey, he's no bueno. Again, love the gesture. I mean, I appreciate bringing on some gloves, but these are the shit right here. So these will be used for any and all that I need. I got these a long time ago to ride on the Harley Davidson Mezibike. And their mechanics wear gloves, and they came from the house, and they are a superior version of gloves compared to what I just showed you. Is no bueno. So I won't be wearing those, but I have those, so that's kind of cool. As y'all know, I'm doing a reefer truck. So there's a method called pulping that is often important when you're hauling things like potatoes or other fruits, vegetables, fresh products, even frozen products that need to be at a certain temperature. Now, I have one of those handy dandy, pull the trigger, red beam, instant read, way superior to this, but this gets down into the fruit or vegetables. So if I'm hauling pineapples and they need to be at 45 degrees, 1 1/2 inches into the pulp of the fruit, I'll use this. It's basically an instant read thermometer that you would use to cook meat even. But I'll be using it to pulp, as they call it in the trucking industry, the fruit products or vegetables to make sure they're the right temperature. It's extremely important that if we're told that we need to take a load of potatoes or pineapples or whatever the fresh product is, that I load onto the truck at 45 degrees, it had best get, even if it's 2,500 miles, it needs to get to that location, está bien. So it needs to be 45 degrees when I leave, when I stop, when I start again, when I stop, when I deliver, 45 degrees. If it's not, they could have a load refused, and that's my ass, because it's part of why I took on reefer trucks, because there's quite a responsibility when you're hauling a $50,000 load on your back that you're responsible for, regardless of it's not like a dry van. Dry van, they put your dry stuff on there, you close the doors, you don't think about it until you unload it. It's just not even a thing. Well, reefer trucks are a whole different world in that regard, and I will be paying close attention to that load so I don't lose it. Also, a clippy is something nice. It's got one of these handy dandy little clips on here. I have one similar to this that when I get home I'll probably utilize. It's bigger and it opens this way instead of this way. I know, like something. But it is loaded with stuff, so I'm going to go over all that with you. It's kind of an interesting group of things. Of course, the Leonard's Express pen, got a couple of those. So, yip yip yahoo. I love pens. I brought like 5 with me, and now I get dos más, so that's fine and dandy. These are EFS checks. So this would be used to, if I need a lumper, lumpers are, for those of you not in the trucking industry, lumpers are the cats that are not paid by the receiver to unload the truck. They're just there. I'm not even kidding you. They're just there. They are not employees of, say, Orida, for example. But these potatoes need unloaded, or this ice cream needs unloaded. Well, they pay lumpers to unload this stuff, and that's how you pay them. You pay them with one of these. It's not worth anything if there's no money code on it, so it's even okay to show it on here. But I got a stack of these for paying lumpers in my handy dandy clipboard. I got a stack of driver's logs this is for the log in the event that the ELD goes down and won't work. I can use these for only up to 8 days. After 8 days, the ELD had best be fixed or I will be in violation, and I know on something. So I have to keep track of my every move and it even shows you here here we go, on duty, driving, sleeper berth, or off duty. This is what I'm saying. And then right across here is all the times that you're doing these things. And if you're in off duty mode, which is on the top line, you go to driving, you draw a line straight down to driving and then over for how many hours you do it. You have to show everything. It is absurd, but of course there is a safety element to it. They don't need people driving down the road doing this, which already happens anyway because of the government mandates for how many hours you can drive in any one particular day. It's not up to the driver anymore. You start your clock, you need to move. You got 14 hours to do what you're doing, and only 11 of that can you drive. So you've got to get it figured out. And if that means you're driving nights for the next 3-4 days, then you're driving nights. That's another thing that happens in reefers, is that you get very odd delivery times all the way around the clock, and a lot of it is at night, especially in the summertime when you got a minus 20-degree ice cream load on your back and you're going to Henderson, Nevada, where it's 112 during the day, and at 1 o'clock in the morning it's still 103. So they don't want that product to be on the dock for a long time at all. This stuff will start melting quick. You got to get it into the warehouse. So they schedule for when it's dark and coolest. So here's something kind of interesting. Our Johnson Equipment Sales and Service, this is a form for anything you got to fix on a truck. But while it's the same owners of the company, it's a different company. It's a different entity, which is kind of nifty because now these folks charge Leonard's Express to fix the truck. But this is how we know something's wrong with the truck, and it's not under Leonard's Express per se, while it's under the same owner umbrella. It's kind of a nifty way to do things because they can charge accordingly, and then if someone brings in a trailer, for example, that has damage on it, the Johnson's is going to fix it, and then they're going to go to Leonard's Express and go, hey, by the way, did you know that this door's jammed up on trailer such and so? and then they're going to find out who last drove trailer such and so, and they're going to have them a chat. So anyway, this is a booklet of trip sheets. Okay, so every single trip that your buddy Clydesdale does will be jotted down on this sheet right here. And this sheet says everything. I mean, it's all on here. The trip number, which you'll be given in the workforce thing that I told you about last video. My name, the shipper, the date you shipped it, a deadhead city. So if I left Louisville, Kentucky, and I headed over to, you know, someplace in Ohio, then I would say where my deadhead city started and so forth. Anyway, whole bunch of information along the top side. So the trailer inspection, once I get my trailer, then I would inspect it right here. There's a trip checklist right here for things like pre-trip inspection. Do I need to have chains? Do I have all the needed permits, if there's any permits needed? Did you obtain all the bills of lading? Because that's how we all get paid. Do I know where and when to take a break? I mean, all that's on here as a reminder. And then if I have we have to weigh every load. So every time I weigh, I'm going to get a ticket, a little receipt. That goes with this. This goes on top of every single piece of paper that I receive for this load. Then this goes on top of it. It gets paper clipped or stapled together. It gets turned in, and that's how I get paid. If I don't have this sheet on top of everything, this is my payday right here. So I have to have that handy and dandy. And then we can all have a good time together and get a payday and rocking and rolling all day long. Okay? So anyway, that's the plan. Stuck in this motel room until at least Sunday. Probably leaving out on Monday. Probably going to Maine. Don't really know. This is all tentative, but it's what I'm hearing. So let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that y'all hung out with me. Y'all take good care of yourselves. And we'll see you on the flip side. This is just a little bit of an update of what my life's about right now. I've been living in, I couldn't do jail. I couldn't. This is, I'm stuck in this place. I've been stuck here since, I don't know, basically Monday. I've been here. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's hit the road. Okay? Hey, you know who love y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Your buddy Clydesdale. Peace.